Hi everyone, my name is Lucas from the DevSamurai team, and welcome to the demo video of Routemap. A little bit about Routemap for Jira. It is an advanced roadmapping tool allowing you to visualize your roadmap, manage projects, prioritize your work, and make product discovery with ease. Now, the Routemap apps have three main features. The first one would be Advanced Roadmap. The second is prioritization, and finally, the product discovery feature. Now, let me introduce you to the agenda of this video. First, I will go through the three main features of Roadmap, which are Advanced Roadmap, Prioritization, and Product Discovery. Then, I will move on to the demos, where I will show you how to use Roadmap to really conduct these three features. And finally, I will go on to the summary of this demo video. The first one is Advanced Roadmap for Jira. They have two big features. The first one is features timeline roadmap. This feature allows you to track, manage, and edit issues or any ticket in progress on Jira with ease, and by using the drag and drop feature and inline editing. Then the next one is the release timeline roadmap. This feature allows you to set up a visual release plan for multiple projects and manage those releases by set milestone and manage all a big portfolio roadmap. The second big feature of roadmap is prioritization for Jira. And in this feature, we have two small features. The first one will be Prioritization Table. This will help you to start working on the priority of each of your tasks or issues. With this feature, you can list all tasks in your project and prioritize each feature of your project. As you can see, you can rate the reach, score, impact, competence, or effort of each issue. The next one is the Prioritization Matrix. This feature helps you visualize all of your features and projects in the same matrix to help you get a bigger picture. As you can see, it also helps you decide which feature needs to be completed first. And now we will move on to the product discovery for Jira. This is not a standalone feature in Roadmap. This feature is the result when you have conducted all of the roadmap of arranging and managing your projects while using a roadmap and prioritize your issues and tasks in your project. This utilizes the whole process to decide what delivers true values to your work and your organization. Use the prioritize tasks or issue from the prioritization table and matrix. And also, by using Jira, you can collect the feedback, comments, or ideas from other stakeholders or even your users to carry on working and keep prioritizing each task or issue. So I will move on to the demos of today's video. But before we start, I will show you how to install and access the Roadmap app. First, you have to log into your Jira instance like this, and from your dashboard, you can click on Apps and click on Explore More Apps. Here, you will be taken to the Alexia Marketplace. You can search for the app name, Roadmap, click on it, and normally there will be a button here to say try it free. But as I have already installed the app, it will show added. And in order to access the app, you can now click to apps and then click to Roadmap. Here, you will be taken to the Roadmap dashboard. Once you have access to the Roadmap app, you will be taken to its dashboard. As you can see, if you don't have any created roadmap, it says nothing to display. In order to create a new one, just simply click on the button and it will be a pop-up to help you setting up your new roadmap. You have to select your project here. And as you can see, you can add multiple projects into one roadmap for better management. In this case, I will choose only one. Next, you have to give it a title, something like this. Depends on how you want to name and categorize your roadmap. Next, moving down, you will see you have to set up the starting and ending date for your roadmap. It would also work as a duration and timeline, the deadline of your work and roadmap as well. Moving down, you will see here the stage and mode say isolated mode. What this does is, if you create a roadmap with isolated mode, and no matter how many or which project does the roadmap have, the timeline, the deadlines, and the dates, it will not synchronize with other roadmap of the same project. As you can see, we have noted down here. And remember, if you want to create an isolated roadmap, you have to do it at this step, because once the roadmap is created, this setting cannot be modified. Okay, and moving down, you will see we have provided you the selection of the roadmap features. At default, all the features will be ticked and available in your roadmap. If you think that you don't need any of these features, you can click them again to remove them one by one. However, I suggest that you leave them be, because you will never know what features you will need in the future. Once you've finished setting up the information, click next to the permission. At this step, you will have to set the role as an editor or admin, so that at the first, you can set this role to your stakeholders or other team members, so that they can freely edit the roadmap as just like you. And also have the public mode where everyone can see this roadmap, or you can switch to private and again assign a member so he or she can see, access, or even edit this roadmap. Once you're done with the permission, you can now move on to review snapping. At this step, you have to setting the starting date, the due date of your roadmap. You can also set the progress, but in my case, I haven't had any progress, so it will say no option. Down here, you see now your roadmap, a project will show up. And here's a reminder to plan your Jira fields should be configured in issue script for each of the issue type. If you don't know how to do it, we also have to have a link to guide you how to add fields to issue script. When you're happy with everything, you can now just simply click create your new roadmap. When it's created, the new roadmap will show up in your dashboard. Accessing the roadmap by clicking on its name. And at first, then you will be taken to the features timeline roadmap here. And to begin arranging, managing your issues and tasks, click on new lane here to add a new one. As you can see, this is a lane or swim lane, so that you can start, arrange, and organize your issues. Or you can click on the add button and choose lane. You can give it a name, stage 1. You can give it a description to describe your experiment better, and choose a color for it. Here, as you can see, it's like this. And don't forget, you can also edit your lane by clicking on the 3 dots setting. From edit lane, move up, insert more, above, below, and many more. Now, in order to start putting your issues in, you can simply click on the empty space. At this step, you can create the new new issue if you want to click on the new issue. It would be similar when you're trying to create a new issue from your project board. However, as we already have our own project and issues, you can already click on this and choose the issue that you want, that you need to arrange in your roadmap. Choose color and inside time library as well. Once finished, plan to add it in. And as you can see here, if your issue has already have something that added from the Jira board project, you can keep the existing date or use the new date of the location that you have just added in your roadmap. Like this. And we also support the PDF. For example, you can also use drag and drop to manage your issue. Here, the issue button, click it, and you can just simply find the issue you want, click it, and drag it into your roadmap. And it will be the same as you can see here. Submit, and the issue will be automatically added to your roadmap. You can also edit by drag your cursor to the edge and drag to make a new timeline for the issue. Something like this. And you can always edit, change from delete your issues for the roadmap or change it inside the roadmap. So in this feature, you can choose to add a container to group your issues together in one place. This small feature will help you manage your tasks and issues a lot better. You can add by here, choose container. This one, as you can start by giving a container a name and choose a lane to add your container to. A timeline with which also choose a timeline and choose a color. Click that. Now, as you can see, there's a new container. At this point, you can continue to move your issue into this container like this, and the same as you can see here. However, as you can see, the container will automatically adjust itself to the timeline of your issue. So if you increase it, the container will also increase its due date and timeline. And so as you can see here, you can also freely move issues within a container, and you can also move the container with those issues. Another great features for the features timeline roadmap is that our app also supports for expand collapse on list at once, like this, and on container in one lane at one time, like this. This will help you have a cleaner look at your roadmap and decide to show what issues you want to work on first and then expand to others. And also, the last thing I want to talk about is setting the dependency between issues. As you can see here, for example, if I move this issue a bit longer and move your cursor to one issue, all you can say this is an issue card. As you can see, there's a little dot here. Click and you will see drag. There's an arrow and point it to another issue card. This step you will say that you will allow you to choose between link type among blocks, clones, duplicates, and delete too. Once you click it, there will be a line and arrow to show it links between two issues. You can also adjust this link by clicking on it, choose its color, choose the line shape, arrow type, something like this, or straight. And if you don't want to link this issue anymore, you can also delete this link like this. Choose delete. You can also, if you have noticed, you can also see that the issue copy have a progression triangle here. If you want to adjust the progress of each issue to monitor how each issue or task are being handled, you can manually click here and drag the progression percentage. Next, we move on to the releases timeline roadmap. To access this feature, you have to go to the drop-down menu here and choose releases. At this point here, you will see a new roadmap with blank, but it will still show the roadmap or the projects you're working on here. To add a new release, you can click on the empty space, or you can click on the Add Release button. At this point, you have to choose the project that release this release is for, and give it a name, for example, version 1. And design a starting and ending date for the release. And don't forget to choose a color for it as well. But this will say the new release be added to the roadmap. And you can also edit this release at any time you want by clicking on it. You can adjust its name, the description, its color, and starting and ending date. Close it, and as you can see, your release has been changed. And in order to add your issues to this release, you have to click on the button Add Issues. At this point, you can start adding by create a new issue like this. For the task and pick a subset, it depends on the issue tab in your Jira settings. Or you can choose from the existing issue. This will take the issues that are available in your project. In my case, in my demo project, it will show all of my seven of my issues. You can choose and click the issue you want to add. Once you are happy with it, you can click Save. Additionally, you can also set a milestone to let everyone else in your team or stakeholders know the important date or event in your release. You can start by clicking the Add Milestone button, give it a name, and select a specific date in your roadmap. Symbol, and don't forget to choose a color for it. Besides, you can also add a milestone directly on your roadmap by clicking on the date. Also give it a name. The date has already been taken by the date that you clicked, and click Add. Here. And also, this milestone will be also synced to your features summary roadmap. This will help you and your team monitor and track the progression of your task and to see how everyone is working. Now I will move on to the next big feature of Routemap, which is the prioritization. The first feature we'll cover is the prioritization table. You can click on it on the header, and as you can see, the table will have a list of all of your issues in the project. At this point, you and your team can work together to rate, score, evaluate, and prioritize which issue or features that worth the most effort. As you can see, we are using the value versus effort prioritization. So at this point, you can set its value and rate the effort. This. And as you can see, once you have set the value and rate the effort, a score will be given. And by basing on these scores, you can decide which features or issues or even tasks is worth worth the effort of your team. Additionally, we also support the RISE prioritization method. It works about similar to value versus effort, but with more metrics. So you can consider more basing on reach, impact, confidence, and effort. And what's special about the prioritization table is that Routemap offers you the ability to customize your own matrix. As you can see, you can add in all the matrix in the prioritization, or you can remove some of them, like reach, and remove effort, or add in more. This will help you to decide and make the matrix that suits your business needs. Next, let's move on to the prioritization matrix. As you can see, once you're in this matrix, you will see all of the issues that have been rated by you and your team show up on the four quadrants here. And as you may have guessed it, you can also click on each of these and drag them to the new position. This will based on the symbol as you see value and effort here. Once you move the issues in the matrix, their score and rating will also change in the table. The reason for matrix is that it will provide you a good picture of your project, and you can see that which feature or each task they have the highest score that need the most effort from your team. Besides, for the RISE matrix, you could as you can see at the moment, this only shows two metrics, but you can always change to the order from clicking them and choose it. Now I will talk about the main last feature of Routemap, which is product discovery. But you might be thinking, where is this feature? Because you cannot find it anywhere or on any pages in the app. Well, that is because this feature is the whole process of utilizing your prioritized task and issue to discover what features deliver the most value for your business. It uses from your prioritized tasks or issues here from the feature and combining them with the comments from your team members, stakeholders, or an idea from an online source, you can also use as a web link on Jira at direct here, so that you and your team can work on and always evaluating and decide which feature will be the most valuable one and can deliver the most value to you, to both of your customers and your organization. That's and that brings me to the end of my feature demos roadmap. Now, I want to have a summary to wrap up this video for you guys. So, for the three main features of roadmap, the first one would be advanced roadmap. It offers you the features timeline and releases timeline roadmap to help you and your team manage on your work and tasks in a portfolio roadmap. Next, for the prioritization features, it offers you the table and the matrix and allows you and your business see the bigger picture of your project. And finally, for the product discovery feature, this will empower you and your team to collect feedback when you find your feature ideas for the ultimate goals to help you focus on what features bring true value to both your customer and your business. And that is the end of this demo video. Thank you for staying with us to this moment. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section and we will be happy to answer them. See you next time.